Now that I've got them, and yes, they're hot, but they're not so hot that it's a problem, we need to bend them around so that 5.5 inches in from the edge, right about there, is where that sits. Then we put this in place, then we start collapsing this down. Take your time, make sure that goes in. I need to go a little lower. There we go, because the bottom wasn't quite in. Now take one of the blocks, start bending it over. Take your time. A little there. Then grab another clamp. And if you need to open it, it helps to have a second hand. This is where it really is nice to have another person helping you out to get all these clamps in the right place. Okay. And get that one all set. There we go. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Bend it around, nice and easy. Get your clamp all set. There we go. So these should be down far enough. If you notice that it's a little bit off down there, I'm going to move this clamp a little. There we go. So it's nice and tight at the bottom too. I don't see any gaps. And then I am able to, if needed, to pull this clamp out and I can move it into the other room to dry. We want to set this in the other room and let it dry overnight for sure. Let it cure. Let it get its shape as it dries. For the pineapple shape one, I'll have a mark that marks the center so you know where it is. Now remember, those lengths are 20 inches. So you're going to measure 10 inches to the middle and match that to the center. It can be off a little and you're still okay. You have your tape measure ready. There you go. When you're done, the middle one actually can come off because it's a complete outside round. You're not needing to hold it against anything. The sides are tight, but now I can take the middle out, and this I can put into the back room overnight to dry. The triangular one, if you're going to use that one, I marked again the center. That's 10 inches or center. So you're going to measure in 10 and put it here. Then we're going to clamp this piece on. And this one we're going to keep on. We want to keep this part straight. Otherwise it tends to warp a little bit. This is the one where, of any, you might want to keep your boards in the steamer a little longer because these are some very sharp turns. Let's get our pieces and let's see if it fits. Ten inches is right there. Now you can see this one is cracking right here. So if that happens, if you have another one, stick it in. If you don't, you may as well pull it out because this isn't going to work. There you go. So again, if this cracks, we're gonna have to make some new ones and try to do a better job of keeping track of where the grain line's going. So in the end, 2 of my 3 bends worked. The main one that we're gonna use as my demonstration piece, the pear shape, and the pineapple ukulele all bent fine without any cracking. But even for the pros, stuff like this is gonna happen. So that happened on the triangular one, and I would have to just make new ones. This one cracked as well. I even had a 3rd one, and that one cracked as well right there. So sometimes you can predict that depending on looking at the grain, but other times it's just a hit and miss. So I would go back, make some new pieces, and try it again. And keep going until you get the ones that bend. If it continues to crack and it's kind of an ongoing problem, steam it for a little bit longer. So eventually though, we'll get it perfect. I would say this, in what I've seen with making ukuleles like this, most of the time we get it to work on the first try. This is one of those exceptions to the rule.